Hi, I'm Angela Gordon, guest faculty with NAIOMT, and I'm teaching the Advanced Concepts for the Overhead Athlete course. And I wanted to go over some advanced concepts when it comes to scapular stabilization for the overhead athlete. So a lot of our literature now talks about strengthening the scapula, and we don't have a whole lot of information yet that talks about training the scapular muscles in a different fashion. The scapular muscles are main for postural muscles, and when we look at overhead movements and sporting activities, the scapular muscles really need to be able to function in a manner to control motion and not produce motion. So some of the rehab techniques and the stabilization techniques that we will go over in the course talk about how to train those scapular muscles in the right fashion. So what I want to do for you now is give you a little taste of those muscles and those exercises that we can do to help better stabilize the scapula. So the first thing we're going to do is position the scapula in a position on the thorax. Palms are going to be down, and we want to retract the shoulder blades down and back in a diagonal fashion. Okay? And in this position, you can see on her, she's engaging her upper traps, which is the wrong position. Go ahead and relax for me. We don't want to engage the upper traps or the lats, because those are your two dynamic stabilizers, and when the smaller scapular muscles are weak, your bigger dynamic muscles are going to take over. So we need to take the time and the attention to detail to properly activate the right muscles for the scapula. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull the shoulder blades down and back, and I'm going to assist her to get to that position. And then I'm going to let go and to see how long she can hold that position for. And then the exercise comes from this position, and you're going to do a 10-second hold, and you can do up to 20 reps to try to fatigue and to strengthen those muscles in an endurance fashion. So you can already see how she's starting to shake, and her right shoulder is already starting to come up towards her head. So go ahead and relax. So this is an exercise that can take a little bit of time for athletes to get and to understand, because you're trying to activate the lower trap and the mid trap and not the upper trap and the lat. The other thing we have to be aware of is if an athlete cannot get into this position because their pecs are too tight, then this is not going to be an appropriate exercise to start. We would have to work on the flexibility of the pecs first so that they can properly get into the right position to do this exercise. Go ahead and relax. So this would be the first starting point for the scapular exercises. And then we would progress from there depending on how well they can maintain that position. So if they do well in that position and they can hold that without activating the upper trap and the lats, then we're going to make them hold that position and raise their arms up and down. Nope. You're going to raise up, slow, and down. Good. The goal here is to try and maintain that long hold position of the scapula and independently move the arms aside from the scapula. And if the muscles in the lats are over dominant, you're going to notice that there's not going to be a lot of free motion of those arms, as you see here. So we want to be able to see, as she's holding that shoulder blade back, we want to be able to see her arm raise up and down without being restricted. So that would not be an inappropriate step to go for this particular person, because she hasn't developed the step one appropriate strength. Go ahead and relax. There are a series of 5 different exercises that we do in this position, and they're all based on endurance holds and separate arm motions. All 5 exercises are geared towards not allowing the upper traps to be over-dominant or the lats to be over-dominant. So this is just part of the scapulothoracic program that I've developed, and we're going to go over a lot of that stuff in the course and relate it to all sorts of different overhead athletes, because this is very important for not just baseball players but softball players, and very important for swimmers as well, because those athletes tend to have a lot of shoulder instability.